too much to say. They won't know anything. It's our escape. We light up the sky with firelight and let it glow. Wild in the heart, you're right in the road to true. We'll get through all the fences with no.
Hey everybody, this is Chris with Hell Yeah Talk Show, and we are talking to Mr. Steve Brown of Tokyo Motor Fist. How's it going?
Everything's going good, Chris. Beautiful day in sunny New Jersey. Living the pandemic dream, if that sounds kind of crazy, but it is. But we're doing good here. We're luckily, everybody in my family is healthy, happy, safe, and things are starting to open up a little bit in New Jersey here. The Garden State is hopefully going to get back to some normality soon.
Yeah. Hey, hold 1 second. Let me. I had to turn my air conditioner off or it'd be so loud I couldn't hear nothing.
There you go. Yeah, man. Is it hot out there by you guys?
Yeah, it is, but I'm in the basement, so I'm good, you know.
All right, good. Man.
That's where my office / studio, whatever you want to call it, is. So.
Me too, man. I'm in my studio too.
Well, yours looks nicer than mine, but you know, first thing, the album drops July 10th, right?
It does.
Okay. And Tokyo Motor Fist, is this the second album?
It is Tokyo number 2, baby.
Okay. Very cool. And the name of the album is called Lions. The first release was Youngblood.
It was, my friend.
Okay. The second release, what a hook. After Midnight, is that what it's called?
Around Midnight.
Around Midnight. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah, man. That's a catchy song.
It is. Well, that's, Steve Brown writes catchy songs. That's the phrase of the day, brother. 30 years in running as a national act, that's what I do. And, that's my love, is pop songwriting. I started out, when I was a real little kid, my biggest influences were the Beatles and Elvis Presley. And then later on in 1978, I was born in 1970. So someone told me I'm pushing 50, but I don't want to admit that.
I'm a 70s guy too, born May 19th, 1970.
There you go.
I just turned
brother.
50.
Oh, so you're the same as me, class of 88. So you know the deal. 1978, I discovered Kiss, Rock and Roll Over, and Van Halen 1, and my life was changed forever.
Yeah.
And so with Tokyo Motor Fist and pretty much everything I've ever done in my career, songwriting-wise, Trixter, all the bands post-Trixter, Throwing Rocks, Soaked, 40-Foot Ringo, Stereo Fallout, the latest Trix releases, it's all based on pop rock songwriting.
Yeah.
That's always been the love of what I do. And for me, it's all about the hooks and the melodies. And, and at the end of the day, the other common denominator in all my songwriting is I always like to have a positive message, fun message. So Around Midnight is a song about escapism. It's a little bit of a story of, let's say, a teenage, love affair where the kids got to get away from their parents and they want to go away, escape, around, and we're going to leave around midnight. But it really has a meaning for everybody, man, to escape your miserable life. Sometimes you need to, whether it's listening to music, going down to the beach, going to some lake, or going skiing, whatever it is, that's kind of the all-around meaning of Around Midnight. So it's kind of like what I like to say, escapism.
Okay. And I was wondering if you actually wrote that. I knew you wrote, a lot of the Trixter stuff. And to be honest, that's what drew me into Trixter. I mean, I love metal. I love rock, everything, and the Trixter stuff, y'all were real. And the videos were real. You know what I'm saying? Give it to me good. If that video, I know the story behind it, if they hadn't let y'all do the video you wanted to do, I'm not sure that Trixter would have been what you were, because it lets you be, it showed everybody what you really were, you know,
That's
in a
exactly.
fun band.
Yeah, and you said it best, and it's a true story about that song. Trixter was a band that, I started when I was 12 years old.
Oh God.
Yeah, man, we were young, and the other guys were a little bit older than me. PJ was 2 years younger than me. He joined the band a little bit later. He joined the band in late 1987. But long story short, by the time we made that record, I was 18 years old. PJ was 16. The other guys were a little bit older. And our managers and our record company, the whole thing was about trying to find, how are we going to market this band? What's going to separate Trixter from every other band? And it was right there all along. Don't do anything. Let
Right.
these guys be what they are. We were always a jeans and t-shirt type band, and we were, we kind of had that like Tesla thing, but, we were kind of a little bit grimy. We weren't, as much as we love Warrant and Poison, we weren't that glammed out. We were much more toned down, much more real. And that goes along with the way the first album was produced and mixed, really. Mixed is a better way to say it. When the record came out, I wasn't really happy with it, because there were certain people in the record company and the management that wanted it to be, their attitude was, we want it to be raw. We want you guys to sound like you're in your basement or you're in your garage. That's exactly what it is.
Exactly. And that's what it sounded like.
And the reason they did that, and they were right about that. I mean, for me, as later on becoming a producer engineer myself, it wasn't what I wanted, because I wanted our record to be slick. I wanted us to sound like Def Leppard meets Van Halen. But long story short, exactly what you said, the realism of it. Back then there was no auto-tuning, there was no Melodyne for vocals, there was no this and that where you could fix everything. What you hear is what you get. And that's pretty much what it was. And what happened was, when they were going for the video, we got one crazy Hollywood video treatment with Pete coming riding in on a horse. I guess it was like some shitty version of Wanted Man by Rat. And we were like, no way, man, this is too goofy. And we were just like, no, just let us do our thing. Let us show us riding dirt bikes, hanging out on the quads, hanging out at the diner, hanging out at the school, playing in the basement. And it worked, and it reacted with the kids, because exactly what you said, it was real. And what we were talking about, the songs I wrote, because I wrote all the songs, it was about my life and the life we were living.
Yeah.
We weren't 30-year-old guys talking about partying with teenagers. We were teenagers partying with teenagers.
Exactly.
So we were writing about that. Dreams, growing up, living your dreams, having fun with your friends, everything. And so that was very much it. And that carries over into everything else we do, everything else I do as a songwriter, because like I said, for Tokyo Motor Fist Around Midnight is very much a continuation of that same spirit and that same vibe that we had back with Trixter. It's
you
fun.
Can hear it.
Of course it is. And look, we're not reinventing the wheel here with Tokyo Motor Fist. We are, as you know, it's Ted Poley from Danger Danger, Greg Smith from Ted Nugent, Alice Cooper and Rainbow, Chuck Berge, the drummer for Billy Joel, but also on the first Bon Jovi record, Rainbow.
Wow.
The guys played with everybody. Long story short, we are a combination of all of the bands we've ever been in. If you're a fan of Trixter, Def Leppard, Danger Danger, Alice Cooper, Rainbow, it's got all of that. Bon Jovi, it's got all of it. Everything you ever loved about the 80s hard rock, but just taken up to 2020. As fucked up as 2020 is right now.
Well, you can hear some hints of some foreigner type sounds.
Sure.
Nugent, but definitely, and I gotta hit on this. There's a lot of things I want to hit on, but the main thing, dude, your guitar playing, I mean, to me, you're the most underrated guitar player in history.
Oh man, well, thank you so much for that. Hey,
I
look,
know you can play Eddie Van Halen to a T. I mean, and you can even hear Eddie in your stuff, you know.
He's
And
the
there's
be
nothing
all
wrong
end
with
all.
that. But you
No.
do it your way.
You got it, man. You see, you did your homework. I love you. You're saying all the right things. I guess my label must have sent you a check. Makes
Oh,
me
hell
very,
no. I wish.
But yeah, man, that is, you know, Eddie Van Halen is my biggest influence. The reason that I do this, and you know, like I tell people, everything I do is based on a couple things musically. That is, you know, is based on, you know, I always go my couple reference points. I go, what would Eddie Van Halen do? Is that cool like Eddie would do? And Van Halen, is it cool like Def Leppard, like Mutt Lange's biggest influence as a producer, songwriter, and you know, the Def Leppard engineering, Mike Shipley, who also Mike Shipley engineered and mixed one of the Trixter songs, the second single off the debut album, 1 in a Million. I brought him in because, again, getting back to the first Trixter record, the way it sounded, I was not happy. So as soon as Give It To Me Good hit, I told the label, I said, I don't give a fuck what you think, but I want Mike Shipley. You're hiring him. I wanted Mike Shipley to remix the whole record, but that would have been way too expensive. But he remixed the 1 in a Million single. It was a hit, #1 on MTV for 10 weeks, whatever. And but that's what I do. So yeah, the Van Halen thing, and later on in life, 1991, I got to meet and I'm a lifelong friend with Ed Van Halen. So that's the coolest thing right there.
See,
so,
that's awesome. You know, to get to meet your people. Oh, I know. I see that.
And he sends me gifts every once in a while, so it's even cooler.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. Getting to one of the songs on the album, and I know everybody's gonna I love it. I can't remember the exact name. Decadence of 10th Street?
Decadence on 10th Street.
On
yes,
10th Street.
Indeed. Oh yeah.
Dude, I hear 1978, the first Van Halen album. I hear the tone, I hear the guitar. Dude, that's
it.
Hands down my favorite right now.
Yeah, man, that's one of my favorite songs. We did in February before the pandemic broke out. We did the Monsters of Rock cruise, and we played that song, Tokyo Motor Fest. We played that song for the first time live, and it's just such a perfect song for us. Total Van Halen, little bit of Aerosmith in there.
Yep,
and,
exactly.
It's everything that I ever loved about rock and roll and still love about rock and roll. I can't wait for fans here. For me personally, I think, in my humble opinion, I think it's my best guitar solo I have ever done. I couldn't be more happy with it. And Bruno Ravel from Danger Danger, who mixed the record, who mixed
really?
Yeah, he mixed the record. And
I've interviewed him.
Yeah, Bruno's great. He's one of my best friends in the world. I love him. And we matched with my Head Rush pedal board. We matched up the tone to Van Halen 1 as close as we could. We put the Phase 90 on the guitar solo, and it just kills, man. It's there it is. And I'm just so happy with the way it came out. And the other cool thing about the song Decadence on 10th Street is the guitar, the main guitar track. It's one guitar track, and it's the first track that I recorded when I wrote the song. So it's that immediacy. There's some little slips and slides, but I went to try to do it again like a couple times and re-record it, and the magic wasn't there. It didn't have that fire, because when I wrote that song, I was so psyched. And, I had that riff laying around for a long time. And when I finally recorded it, I remember I'm in my studio this is where I record guitar tracks. And I fucking had my speakers up loud, and I just riffed into it. And it was like the perfect tone. And it was like almost the perfect take, very much like the way Ed recorded, the debut Van Halen record, where he was just standing there in the room, and you get magic sometimes. And it was one of those ones where I went in and fixed like one or two little things right there, and that was it. And it's a single guitar track, and it's a total, homage and, my thanks to the great Van Halens and
That's
and their
awesome.
influence on me, and it's there for all the Van Halen fans. I can't wait for you to hear it.
Well, dude, you hear it. You can hear it from the first just strum. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I was listening in the row and listening to them, and I hit on that one, and I was like, oh shit, there it is. You know, so but talking about your best solo, there are a lot of great ones, but to me, and it's my favorite song off the first album, is Play Rough.
Mm.
I bet you don't hear that much.
I love that. I'm glad that you do. No, I don't exactly. That's a great one. You know, and it's cool that we're talking about this because, you know, we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the debut Trixter album. So
I know. That's
yeah, it's very
amazing.
cool. It is, man. It's wow, 30 years ago. Gee, I remember like yesterday. You know, this time 30 years ago, we were still home. We had just 2 weeks ago this time we just filmed the "Give It to Me Good" video, and
Yeah.
it still wasn't added to MTV. We were we weren't touring yet, so we were doing like local gigs. We'd go down to Maryland. I think it was the first time we ever played Hammerjacks in Maryland with the world famous Hammerjacks, and we were just starting to get the ball rolling. You know, there was I think you probably remember there was a radio station now called Z-Rock, which was on AM radio.
Oh yeah.
And, Line of Fire went to #1. It was the #1 single. It was our first #1 single at rock radio.
Wow.
And, it was just a magical time. So yeah, Play Rough. Play Rough is another one of those great songs. And
the riff is so killer, man.
Yeah.
I love that fucking song.
Yeah, and that was, you know, what's cool about that, that Play Rough came from one of our first originals that we had, which was a song called Love Ain't No Game, which is in the song Play Rough, because love ain't no game.
Right. Hell yeah.
Well, the original song was called Love Ain't No Game, and our producer, Bill Ray, when we were doing the first record, you know, a lot of those songs got reworked in the studio. You know, like One in a Million was a lot more basic, and Bill Ray and Jim Ray kind of embellished upon what I had already written. And, you know, for One in a Million, Jim Ray, Bill Ray's brother, he came up with me. He was like, man, we need something that's got more bang to it. We need something that's more like Photograph. And he goes, can you play some? And I go, yeah, how about this? And he's like, that's it. And boom, that's how the magic happened. So Play Rough is very similar in that, you know, we had this song, and then Bill said, well, why don't we try, because I think in the original version of Play Rough, there was, I think Play Rough was in that Love Ain't No Game song. So I think that was it. And I think he was like, well, why don't we call the song Play Rough, have that be the chorus? And that guitar solo, that's another cool thing, because that was my first time doing like the neck pickup thing and doing like a Stevie Ray Vaughan, Hendrix type vibe. So that was really inspiring for me because, you know, first time in the studio, Jim Ray, who co-produced the first Trixter record, he was a guitar player. So he was always pushing me, hey man, let's try something different. You did enough of the shred guitar, the Van Halen stuff, you know, the Warren Martini style stuff. Why don't you try doing something bluesier? And it worked perfect for the song. And still,
I love it.
That's totally still one of my favorite songs.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah. You know, something I want to hit on too here is Human Era. I love the whole CD. I love the video. PJ did an awesome job of bringing 1988, 89, even further back when you were like that tall, you know, on stage with Pete, you know, just all the different videos. So that was awesome. The song is phenomenal. I mean, I don't know why that so much wasn't #1. I could hear it on Disney movies. I could hear it in a movie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a phenomenal song. Sure. But that whole album, the production, the sound quality, it's loud as fuck. It's up here and it's still not peaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who the hell mixed and mastered that damn thing?
Well, I produce and engineer and mix most of the stuff. On this last on the new Tokyo Motor Fest record, Lions. Look, I think this is my greatest work that I've ever done artistically as a songwriter, producer, guitar player, singer, every aspect of it. So, but I knew that I could do better if I brought in Bruno Ravel. Like I said, is one of my dear friends and one of the most talented guys I've ever been around. I also play in Danger from time to time. So,
Oh, okay. And
yeah,
he's actually Spread Eagle, right?
No.
No. My bad. Never mind. I was thinking of okay. I was thinking of the bass player for the yeah.
You're thinking of Rob DeLuca.
DeLuca, that's it.
Yeah,
okay.
They're all friends.
But I've interviewed both, so yeah.
Yeah. And just a little bit of history. Spread Eagle and we were label mates on MCA Records back in the day. So long story short, yeah, with Lions, I knew that if I brought Bruno in, it would take the record from here to here, and it's exactly what it did. So I used Maor Applebaum, who mastered the record, did a phenomenal job. That's Lions, but Human Era was me, and then it was my late dear, one of my best friends in the world who got killed last year, Jim DeSalvo, who mastered the record.
Really?
And it's been a tough time without him. It's funny, I was thinking of him before we did our interview. It's been a while now, a couple months since his passing, and I still haven't really come to grips with it, especially putting out this new record.
And him not being there.
Him not mastering it, so it was a tough thing, but I know he's looking down, and I know he heard me the whole time making it, because I would talk to him, especially when shit was going wrong in the studio. I'd be like, Dean, where are you? I need you. But so that was the late great Jim DeSalvo who mastered that, and we certainly pushed the digital envelope as far as you could push it.
Well, it sounds one of probably the best sounding quality album I've ever heard. The drums are perfect. The bass is perfect. The guitar, the vocals, everything is just, it's one, but they're all separate too. And that's hard to do, and especially have it loud without farting and distorting out. You take that CD and you put it in after anything else, and you have to turn it down because it's at 11 or 12 and everything else is at 5.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Hands down, dude.
Thanks, bro. And the cool news, you'll dig this, is that I got the rights back for both New Audio Machine and Human Era. So in October, November, I'm going to be digitally re-releasing newly remastered versions with some bonus tracks. And it's going to be really cool. Some work, my demos and my work tracks of the songs, me singing some of the songs. It's going to be really cool. So I think you'll love that. Hell
yeah. Man, that's awesome. So now, can people pre-order Tokyo Motor Fest?
Yeah. Pre-order. Tokyo Motor Fest Lions is available everywhere. All your digital outlets, Amazon, I believe. But yeah, it comes out July 10th. And again, for fans of melodic hard rock, this is the record of the year. For me, in my opinion, again, the hard rock guitar album of the year. And I'm not just saying that because it's me. I don't think anybody, when you hear it, anybody who's watching, you're going to agree. And more than anything, and again, the title song, Lions, is a song for the times we're living right now. The words of that song, I wrote that song last year, and it's incredible where we are right now in the world, how fucked up the country is. And the song Lions and the record is exactly what everybody in the world needs right now. It's the feel-good, positive, uplifting message that we all need, a message of hope. Let's all be leaders. Let's be lions, not sheep and followers, and make stuff happen. Follow your dreams and just do the right thing, man. Look, if you go to a store and they ask for you to wear a mask, just wear a fucking mask. It's not that hard, man. It really isn't. Don't cause any problems. It makes life a lot easier. Everybody's got enough problems. So, but I am so proud of this record. And I can't, again, thank you and all your listeners and viewers for all the support. 30 years now as a national artist, and still trucking along and pushing 50 years old. I'll be 50 on July 13th, and I feel like I'm at the top of my game. So I'm really, really happy to be alive right now.
Hell yeah, man. It's awesome. And, speaking about everything now, are y'all planning on doing any road? I mean, maybe not this year. Some people are shooting that August, September, October, time, but most everybody's just said to hell with it, 2020, and we're going straight to 2021.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to see. I mean, we have, with PJ and I, we play with Eric Martin. We got some shows at the end of July potentially. I think we're supposed
I've
to play.
seen. Oh, so you're going to be playing with them too? Now, see, because
Yeah.
I saw PJ and Eric last year, just them two. So
Yeah. Well, we have a band. We do a thing called Eric Martin and the Trixters. So it's Eric, PJ, myself, and Joey Casada from ZO2.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
We do a Mr. Big Trixter show. I sing the Trixter songs. PJ sings one. It's awesome. So yeah, we're supposed to do that. Then we got another one out somewhere in Pennsylvania, another one in Ohio or something. So
hell yeah. Well, I'll definitely be there wherever the hell it is.
Yeah, cool, man. But Tokyo Motor Fest, yeah, we're waiting. We're supposed to do this festival.
The one in Italy?
No, we're not doing that. We're doing a couple in the States. So we're just waiting. We had dates booked in Japan. We had a lot of stuff, but right now everything's going to be postponed. I'm as always, I'm part of the Def Leppard tours. So we were supposed to start the other night in the stadium tour, but that's postponed till next year. So I just think, look, man, everybody's just got to kind of stay hunkered down and do their thing. Let other businesses get back up. And sadly, the live rock and roll, especially mass gatherings of people, that's going to be the last thing that comes back. So the sooner people get that in their head that there ain't going to be any big concerts this year, it's better off. I mean, it's pretty proven that nothing's going to happen. It's going to be 2021. God willing, we have a vaccine and people feel safe. But, that's it. So, dude, listen, we got to wrap this up. I got to do another interview.
Yeah. No worries. Dude, thank you. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see anything you're doing. And if you're, I wasn't going to go to the crew Def Leppard big thing, but you know what? Now, I'm definitely, I know I knew you had played with Def Leppard off and on here and there, but I wasn't sure if you were still doing that. So I will definitely be there for that.
I'm always on call. I mean, that's the whole deal. Those guys are like my brothers. So I'm always there to help them out and help the organization out, their family. So, cool. I'm not on the books to be playing, but with Def Leppard, you never know.
Okay. Well, hell yeah. Well, everybody, you can check them out, Tokyo Motor Fest on Facebook.com. You can check them out. Are y'all on Twitter and Instagram?
Go to Steve Brown Rocks on Instagram and Twitter. That's where you find out all my stuff. Tokyo Motor Fest on Facebook, and the Trixter Facebook will give you all the updates and whatnot.
Okay, and they got videos out. Definitely go and check them out. Around Midnight. Killer song. So definitely go. You'll be chanting that one. So, but Steve, it's been awesome. We got to give a shout out to Frontiers.
You bet.
But awesome, man. Have a good one, and we'll talk later.
Thanks, Chris. See you later.
All right, man. Appreciate
everybody. Rock and roll.
it. Hell yeah.
See you, bro.
I do.